Greetings, Alpha Strikers. My name is Professor Erks, and welcome to Professor Erks's X-Teams. So, as you all know, we've had some awesome Marvel sets come out recently. Avengers vs. Defenders War, and Marvel What If. So, for this month's team, I want to try and build a team that anyone could buy or get very, very easily. So, mostly commons, uncommons, and a rare is the highest rare. The first figure on your team we're going to look at, my man, Captain America. So, Captain America, he is great. He is a solid figure for 50 points, has this amazing power called Respected Leader. Basically, it's a leadership where he gets a 4, 5, or 6, which is great, but if you hit a 6, he takes off tokens off of all Avenger keyworded characters within his range. Pretty spectacular. Next, we have the Thor from the What If set, the common, the one that has the Founder's trait, where he can just go ahead and take move actions that don't count against your costed actions. It's, oh my gosh, so good. He'll be your main attacker on this team. He will be going ahead and also teleporting people around, a carrier. That's his role. Next, we have Vision. So Vision and his supporting shifting focus character, if you can get your hands on one, is a great character. Phases through walls, carries characters around, has a 19 defense with super senses and Pensai. Great figure. Next, we have the shifting focus Black Panther. He has two roles. He will be your outwit and your tertiary charge blaze attacker, depending on the shifting focus character you're using with him. So make sure you keep that in mind for that figure. Next, we have the Wasp. So, also, shifting focus. You can kind of see the tactical enhancements you have in this team with your shifting focus. So the one you're going to start with, though, is her a natural leader version, the one that has leadership, where she counts as 200 points. And if you hit it, you can add 2 actions to your pool instead of just 1. Meaning, if you hit both Cap's leadership and her leadership, you can have a grand total of 6 actions for, oh, that's only 5, your 6-figure team. The last person is Jessica Jones. So Jessica Jones is there at her 15-point value, making the whole team 295. Stellar if you're under 300. So you have room for like an ID card if you have one, maybe an object to come with some cheaper ones. You'll have options. She's there for stealth busing. Your team does not have a whole lot of see-through hindering, unfortunately. Your team is very mobile and attack-based group oriented. So she's there to say, no stealth, now your whole team can just take them out. Let's go into your first turn now and see how you'd set up this team and how it would play against their team. Alright, on the board here, you see your team in the starting area and your opposing team as well. First thing you always do, this team has 2 leaderships. Go ahead and roll Caps, go ahead and roll Wasps, see how many actions you hit. You only need a couple because of how awesome this team is. So in your first turn, check this out. You're going to go ahead and have Thor carry Cap. Since he's an Avenger TA and his move actions don't count against your action total, you get a free move, carry Cap up 5 squares, and neither can get tokens. Wow. Next, go ahead and move up Vision with Black Panther. He should be in his stealth form, depending on the map you want, just to get that outwit early. If you feel you're going to be like basing characters early, go with the charge blades. You have options. Here, he's ready for outwit. He's hungry. He's going to just nick someone's life. Token for Vision. Next up, Jessica Jones is going to Marvel Knights, of course. You have good options with her. So if you go Marvel Knights and pick the wild card, she gets Avengers TA for everybody else. So her move actions won't count your total either. Or you can make her like a very, very 5th string attacker with 10 attack the entire dial, 2 and 1 damage. Totally an option you can pick from. But if you pick wild card, pick Avengers, she can move free will and the rest of your team can still keep going. Because she's going to be mostly a positioning piece, not so much an attacker. But she's carrying Wasp around because she's tiny and she can. So there you go. That's your first turn. Let's go ahead and look at what your opponent might do. So they're going to use the terrain to their advantage, kind of see that you have a 6-figure squad and be a little cautious. So they've go ahead and put Rocket in Hindrance, he's got stealth. And right behind him, they have Gamora, because she's more of a close combat attacker. She's ready to charge up in case you get too close to Rocket. It's a fair strategy, plus she has willpower, so hey. The other two, they're going to sidestep up every turn slowly, trying to create kind of a backup team if you get too greedy and move in, so watch out for that. So, moving on to your next turn, you go ahead and roll Captain America's leadership. You hit that mighty 6. You've now basically created tokens off of everyone he can see within 5 squares, as you can see there. Your opponent must be quaking in their boots because you have an entire 6-4 team that's like ready to go. So here, you went ahead and rolled for a Wasp to see if you have those 6 actions. She fails, she hits, something happens. Here she's failed. That still means you have 4 actions on your team to just wreak havoc. The next one here, we're going to go ahead and position Jessica Jones to help nix that stealth, because you can't attack Rocket from where he's at because of the stealth. But characters within 6 squares of her lose stealth or can't use stealth, so you move her up to where she can't be shot back at, and now 6 squares out from there, stealth is gone. So you take that and you dominate on it. Take that Thor, go ahead and running shot up and hit that Rocket Raccoon for 4 damage, energy explosion for 3 onto Gamora. You hit, you just bam. If you were scared you're going to miss, you do have theme team probs, you have 3 on your team. You had help from either Black Panther or Captain America. If you needed it, it was there. So now that you have that done, and all the damage there, you can go ahead and have Black Panther out with the ESD that Rocket would now have at this point in his dial, and just get rid of that, because you want to shoot again, right? So here what you do, you go ahead and sidestep over your Wasp, who has sidestep on this dial, shifting focus her to the running shot in cap 1, and go ahead and have her run up top, just like this, target both characters, and roll your end cap. We'll say you hit, and Gamora misses her super senses. You've now given both characters 2 tokens to hang out for a whole turn, and lo and behold, you took out a Rocket. At this point, a Groot bystander would come out. Didn't have a picture of one, but you know he's out there now with +1 to his values. So, on your next turn, your opponent tries to retaliate. You've left Wasp in a point where she can be shot back. She does have a 19 defense with super senses on this click. She's pretty hard to hit. As you can see, Star took a hit, a roll to hit, and missed. Quite unfortunate for him. Gets a token. And he's gone ahead, and he's going to go ahead and just move up Drax. He's really scared to get too far up in there, so he'll just hang out right there. Gamora would have cleared at this point, and then on your next turn, here's what you do. So, your next turn, you want tokens off. You need those tokens off. So you're going to shifting focus your Wasp back to yellow suit, or white suit. Sidestep her back to where Cap can see her, and roll leadership roll. You go ahead, you hit it, the 6 again. Very low chance, but it could happen. And then all of your tokens come off once again, and you're ready for another assault on Gamora and or other pieces. This team is meant to just go, go, and go, and go. You have enough leadership on your team to almost never have tokens if you get lucky. Now, it is all luck-based, but if it goes off, oh my goodness, it's going to be amazing, guys. With this team, you have options. You can build more onto it. You can do different shifting focuses how you want them to. Remember, Vision and Black Panther are very much wild cards in this team. They can be a turret team together. They can be a close combat tie-up. Jessica Jones is going to keep her distance, just keep that stealth away if they ever get it anymore. At this point, she's kind of just hanging out. Don't let your opponent get 15 points from her. Run her away. She's done. You don't need her, okay? That's the team. If you're able to ever try this team out, let me know in the video comments. I love reading your stories. If you're able to play it for fun, at an event, tell me how it does. It has the capabilities to be a really strong team. It's not going to be like winning worlds, but it's a really fun team. So guys, please like it, sub it, share it, tell us how we're doing, and we'll see you guys on the next one. And remember, strike first and strike hard.